This is a First Defense Weather Alert.
It is 5 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter live in the First Defense Weather Center. And we have Andrew Stevenson back in the Weather Center as well, who's operating radar for us. And we wanted to give you an update on the weather situation of what's going on right now. So across the southern tier, we have been severe clear so far. In fact, we have not had a severe thunderstorm warning across any part of western New York so far today. It's been relatively quiet. The main issues have been further out to the west in Ohio today. That is where much of the activity has been, but we have had a few showers and thunderstorms popping up across the region this afternoon. In fact, we already have a couple of thunderstorms down across Warren County, and I'll let Andrew kind of operate the radar here, but if we can kind of, yeah, there you go. Thank you very much, Andrew. We have a couple of these little showers and thunderstorms that are moving across the northern section of Warren County, and none of these are severe by definition. Understand, you know, we talk about this all the time. When it comes to severe weather, the National Weather Service defines a severe thunderstorm as one as having wind gusts in excess of 58 miles per hour or greater, hail 1 inch in diameter or larger, or a tornado. That is what makes a thunderstorm severe. Heavy rain, lightning, none of that stuff makes a thunderstorm severe by definition. So none of this has been severe. Now, we were watching a thunderstorm that was over the eastern part of Cattaraugus County going into Allegheny County. And Andrew, I don't know if we can swing the radar out to Allegheny County very quickly and see what that storm looks like, because that storm came over Allegheny County and or Cattaraugus County. It's this cluster right out here, and this storm came over Olean, and again, you know, we were watching that on the Olean Skycam. We were looking at that, and now it's kind of moving on into Allegheny County. So Wellsville, again, notice all the lightning strikes associated within that, but a lot of the issues, or at least some of the heavier rain here, again, this is going out towards Allegheny County here, 86 eastward, Bolivar, Friendship, going out to Belmont, and then ultimately Wellsville. You're all getting a soaking rain out there. But we do have a severe thunderstorm watch, and if we can go to links 1, this will show the severe thunderstorm watch that is in place. So all of the pink area you see here, this is a severe thunderstorm watch. That stays in effect until 10 o'clock this evening. So that means between now and 10 o'clock, we could see the threat for some strong damaging winds with the main threats here. And as a matter of fact, this is the Convective Outlook. And again, so we're still under this slight risk of for severe thunderstorms through the afternoon and evening. That slight risk is a level 2 out of 5. Understand, the severe weather outlook goes from 1 to 5, and there's the code for you. 1 is the darker green, 5 is the pink, so we don't have any of that pink, which is good. So this is the storm threat. The timing is now until about 7, 8 o'clock. These storms have been slow moving. Now, we were expecting these storms to kind of initialize and move through a little bit sooner than kind of what they're moving. They're not really moving very fast. So again, these storms may linger after the 7 o'clock time frame, but it's going to be a strong wind gust threat. Some heavy rain could be possible. These storms are moving pretty quickly here, or not really quickly. These storms are not moving very quickly. So because of that, they could lay down some heavy rainfall. There could be a touch of large hail. I don't think hail is going to be the main initiating factor today. That'll be the good news. And the tornado threat is almost non-existent. So that is the good news on there. Now let's go back to the radar, and we will take a look at that storm going on in Warren County, because that really is the only storm that we have in the area right now. It is this storm right here across the northern section of Warren County. Understand, it is not severe. There's no severe thunderstorm warning out for this. But again, if you're north of Youngsville, you're getting a pretty good downpour there. And if you're just east of Warren, again, you're going to be getting a pretty good downpour there. And Andrew, if we can put on the rainfall rate product, this will give us an idea of the potential rainfall that is going on in there. And if you can't put that product on, that's okay. But earlier we were looking at that storm in Cattaraugus County was laying down at least 2-inch an hour rainfall rates. At least that was the radar estimate, not exactly what was falling at the ground likely, but we'll check the rainfall reports a little bit later on. We have spotters and the rain gauges out there. We'll see what is going on out there. But again, this is really the only storm of concern across our coverage area, across the western, southern tier, and in northwestern Pennsylvania. It's just this mainly right now, and it's sub-severe right now. But understand, don't let your guard down here. We still have that severe thunderstorm watch in place until 10 o'clock tonight. And, it's the same thing that we talked about. So, anytime between now and 10 o'clock, you could see a severe thunderstorm warning. So just keep that in mind as we go throughout the evening hours tonight. Now, I did want to address, I have been seeing reports of trees coming down across southern Chautauqua County, and we have had no storms across southern Chautauqua County at all. As a matter of fact, it's been relatively quiet. And Andrew, if you can pop the satellite imagery on here, I just want to see how much broken sky we have left if the clouds. Okay, so we still do have some pieces of broken sky in here. This is the satellite imagery overlaying the radar imagery. So again, all of these broken spots you see right here is where there's sunshine peeking through. So the clouds have really started to thicken up now. That's the good news, the fact that the sunshine's going behind clouds, so that will help us maybe stabilize us a little bit. But the other thing too is the fact that, with these clouds surging on in, now we're going to start seeing these showers and storms blossoming. But the wind damage that we had, I'm thinking, and I'm trying to confirm this with the Weather Service to see if this is the case. I think the wind damage that we've seen, because I've seen a couple reports of trees coming down, is due to what's called gradient winds. We likely have a tight pressure gradient, a tight pressure gradient ahead of that cold front. And that is likely what has sparked some of the gusty winds. As a matter of fact, I want to look at the latest wind gust at the Jamestown Airport, which is where we keep all the official weather observations. That's the Warren City Bank Skycam, and you can see some of the evidence of the rain that is falling there in Warren County. The latest wind gust at the airport's at 25 miles an hour. So understand, that's at the airport. That's north of the city in the town of Ellicott. So your wind gust is going to vary. So again, the winds have started to pick up, and that's why I'm thinking some of this is likely pressure gradient winds out ahead of that line of storms that are going to come on through. And so again, you can see the individual storms popping out ahead. And if we can pop the cold front on very quickly, I just want to show you where the positioning of that is, where that cold front is, because this is all being sparked out ahead of the cold front. And the cold front is still right here. So you can see that blue line right here. That's that cold front that's going to shove on through, and all this activity is sparked out ahead of that front. So as that front continues to creep its way eastward, we're ultimately going to see the showers and thunderstorms increase along with the winds as well. Again, that's why I'm thinking we're having pressure gradient winds with some of the trees that I've seen that have likely came down so far is likely due to that tight pressure gradient that we have. So again, this is pretty much where we stand right now. We have no severe weather as of 5 o'clock. That is the good news. But between now and 10 o'clock, that is a live look at Lakeside Park, and between now and 10 o'clock, we could have the chance for strong to severe thunderstorms, with any of those storms containing strong damaging winds and maybe a touch of large hail and definitely heavy rainfall. That could be a very well possibility. Again, the same thing we talked about. These storms are kind of moving to the east at a slow pace. There's not a lot of steering motion in the atmosphere today to make these things move fast. So again, we could be dealing with some heavy rainfall, maybe some localized flooding as well. So we just wanted to give you a quick update, and that's the HD News Now cam from outside of our studio here in downtown Jamestown. You can see the clouds thickening up downtown as well. So because we don't have any warnings in effect, we're not going to stay on like we normally do when we have, warnings flying all over the place. We just wanted to give you an update on what's going on, because I know some people might be thinking, well, where's the storm? Well, they haven't arrived yet. These storms are kind of creeping along still. They haven't arrived on the time we thought they were going to arrive. We thought these storms were going to arrive between 2 and 3 o'clock, and here we are at 5:09, and we're still sitting here waiting for something to happen. So, I mean, hey, you know what? If we get by without any severe weather, be grateful. I'll be happy. Be grateful. It'll make us look like a fool, but, I'd rather go through no severe weather than have to go through severe weather. That's the way I look at it. So anyway, again, this is just one more shot of the radar, just showing you again, this is mainly really the only activity we're dealing with, just these few storms down across Warren County. But Andrew and I are going to stay here in the Weather Center. We are going to keep our eyes on this, and if anything does form between now and 10 o'clock, we will definitely let you know. But for now, this is Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter live in the First Defense Weather Center with Andrew Stevenson. Make sure you have a way of getting those warnings through the afternoon, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at noon, unless something breaks, and we will be right back on the air.
This is a First Defense Weather Alert.